The 10 greatest as seen on TV products of all time. America is a land of consumers. High end, low end. We define ourselves by the products we purchase. The most colorful of these products, however, are not sold in the stores. We can order them over the phone with our credit card in hand, usually at around 1 a.m., when insobriety or exhaustion has grabbed hold of us. These treasures come in all shapes and sizes for a wide range of purposes, and their total price, at least first payment, usually costs a very reasonable sounding. Number 10. Bedazzler. It's a common problem. You look through your closets, your pants and shirts, hats, scarves or capes if you got them, and there's just no dang sparkle. For centuries, there was little an average Jane or Joe could do about this. But in the 70s, all that has changed when the bedazzler was introduced to a garment-glitter-starved public. Wearable rhinestones and studs were now just ornaments. Wearable rhinestones and studs were now not just ornaments for the wealthy or royalty or religious leaders. The commonest among us could transform our wardrobe for practically pocket change with a 2-bit device in the shape of a miniature sewing machine. Number 9. Bowflex. Who needed late night Cinemax when we could just wait for the Bowflex commercials to come on instead? The guys were flaunting more abs than there are duggars. The chicks had tremendous boobs stretching their sports bras to the brink. The music was fantastic, and all the tan bodies packed into 30-second spots had us reaching for the lotion. But the product was cool too, looking perfect alongside a brick wall loft or a glass and stainless steel laboratory that might design a Terminator. This was a no ordinary gym equipment. No weights here, just cables and straps and resistance and the ability to fold it up like George Jetson's car. Number 8. The OxiClean. People don't generally get excited by white powder unless it's the kind of our darker higher school assemblies warned us about. But when its commercials showed us all the stains that were no match for it when mixed with water, OxiClean sent us into immaculate elation. Although it's hard to separate the highs we felt for the product from that we felt for its pitchman, Billy Mays. Perhaps TV's first lumbosexual since Yukon aided Rudolph in his misfit toy adventure. Oxygen, we were informed, was the powder's secret weapon, and Mays breathed amazing life into its popularity with its joyful and forceful yet friendly delivery. Number 7. Ginsu Knives. The word Ginsu doesn't mean anything, can't be found in any Japanese dictionary or text, but was simply made up by a couple white guys in Ohio. The word Ginsu doesn't mean anything, can't be found in any Japanese dictionary or text. The word Ginsu doesn't mean anything, can't be found in any Japanese dictionary or text, but was simply made up by a couple of white guys in Ohio trying to sell knives. A product every American household already had plenty of and didn't think they needed any more. But in its groundbreaking infomercial, a Ginsu knife was slickly portrayed as a miracle product, something sharper and more precise than a Mayo Clinic surgeon's scalpel, a utensil of pure power. Its Asian chef chopping through wood, aluminium cans, boxes of frozen vegetables with ease, while still retaining a razored edge to cut a tomato with maternal delicacy. And the orders of homes everywhere began pouring in. Not only did Ginsu bring the infomercial mainstream, but phrases like, "Now how much would you pay?" or "Wait, there's more," as well. For Ginsu, the latter included more knives, a carving fork, slicers, and gadget that cut potatoes into a pretty dope accordion-like coil. Number 6. Thighmaster. Many of us wanted to get between Suzanne Sommer's legs when she first began appearing on television in the 70s. In the 90s, we were given our best shot with the Thighmaster, a ridiculous piece of exercise equipment advertised by the sex symbol herself. A cross between a giant paper clip and a rejected torture device from the Saw franchisee and Finished in Superman colors, you had to be stronger than a locomotive to squeeze this thing repetitively with your knees, arms, or whatever anatomical crevice you wedged it between. But Somers needed a successful second act after her diva antiques got her bounce from her hit sitcom, and even though this thing quickly ended up in the dusty corner of our attics, we were proud to help the blonde bombshell achieve it. Number 5. The ShamWow. In Yiddish, it's called a shmata, around these parts a rag, but the world of infomercials has branded it more appealingly as ShamWow, and its energetic spokesman Vince, oozing a New Yorker's confidence, became as absorbing as the product itself when he began selling them in 2007. Basically, it's a very thirsty towel, but Vince's masterful straightforward pitch effectively convinced us that we could not go on living without it. In essence, we'd just been wasting our time up to this point using a lowly towel as a cleaning device, paper or otherwise. Number 4. The clapper. Not intended for a concert hall or other performing arts venue where ovations occur with frequency. This cherished product has always been one we'd enjoy within the privacy of our own home. There has always been something elegant about terse, abrupt clapping, whether it might come from a stern governess or tango-loving parent, and after the clapper's mid-80s birth, the sweet, sharp sound could now be used to turn off a lighting and other household devices. Number 3. Snuggie. Half cloak and half mangled blanket, the Snuggie is the go-to comfort item for those with both low self-respect and body temperature, but a true phenomenon leading many commercial audience viewers to consider purchasing one for themselves. Clearly, when their better judgment has somehow been compromised. The rub with the Snuggie, though, is that there is no material in the back, not just to warm you, but to keep it falling off from your body when you stand. But why should it, since this product celebrates America's true greatest pastimes, immobility and sloth? Number 2. George Foreman Grill. Whether outdoor grilling is not an option or you just want to eat like a lovable boxer, the George Foreman Grill is there for you and has been since he began selling them in 1996. Bringing the barbecue right to your countertop, patios were no longer needed to grill up your meals and vegetables and even sandwiches like a champ. And the fat-reducing component was a knockout for an increasingly health-conscious population. Although maybe the liquefied fat bleeding right out of the appliance's front into a shallow reservoir to form a murky puddle right before your eyes might be so unappetizing that it can bring about weight loss as well. Number 1. Chia Pet. What did we all give each other for the Christmas before 1982? Not sure, but thank Jesus the Chia Pet came along when it did, quickly becoming our favorite unappreciable gift. Though we loved the product's sluttering catchphrase, watching the seed application within the ubiquitous holiday-timed commercials is still to this day mildly repulsive, and the herb bloom that follows only a little less, but who hasn't fantasized where in one's home one might place a Chia Pet, and then shortly afterwards how much to charge for it at the garage sale.